It's Saturday night, which means it's time to...
Take a deep breath with Greg Gutfeld.
All right. If you paid attention to the media, you were convinced it was once again the end of the frickin' world. Kind of like this.
You said that it's okay.
Be here, end up murdering the children of American citizens.
You know what's horrible?
What's horrible?
When the president of the United States whips up people to beat the hell out of people.
No.
Say goodbye.
You know, I'd say that's worse than The View, but it is The View. Let me break it to you, America. Stuff is good. Jobs, economy. If Trump is in anyone's pockets, it's yours, and he's dumping wads of cash in it. We're powerful, we're prosperous, we're peaceful, we're happy, at least happier than we were under Obama. That's from a poll, I believe polls. According to that same poll, this is great. Most people know that the media is nuts. Fewer than 1% think Russia is a big deal. The media is completely preoccupied by something less than 1% care about. How disconnected can you be? In terms of significance to most Americans, Russia's tied with my third nipple. It's an adorable one, but I get it. It's hard to tell what matters with our media. Every day their hair is on fire, and I include this chap who has none. So many cartoon Cronkites.
What we all saw and heard in Helsinki today is really frightening. An absolutely shameful display by an American president with the whole world watching.
As you see behind me, there's a little bit of a gloom now. It's set in right after the world witnessed a betrayal the likes of which we've never seen. America's president sided with its enemy today. Shock has turned to a national shunning as America finds unity in President Trump's perfidy.
Ah! Perfidy! Somebody found a thesaurus! Oy vey. They make Chicken Little a comatose. Now Trump is invited, get this, has Trump invited Putin to America. The media screams, but I love it. You know, the media says, please, please, please don't do X. And Trump says, here's X squared. He knows you can't win with the media, who can't see what's obvious to the rest of us. We know the real world looks nothing like what they see. Here's MSNBC's coverage of Trump's last press conference.
Fireball! 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 Fireball!
The reality, your life's actually getting better, yet the media's mentality keeps getting worse. Why is that? It's because in their heads, they're watching something totally different. The media sees the news as a scripted event, and they're furious Trump won't read from their script. He reads from his own. So while the media panics over Trump's refusal to play the lead in their movie, he stars in his own, building up the military, demanding NATO pay for their defense, toying with Putin's pipeline, arming Ukraine. It's like Sergeant Rock versus the Three Stooges. But if Trump is Putin's stooge, he's doing a total curly to their Mo. Do they really think deal-making is how you destroy America? It reminds me of a movie.
In 1962, the world met the Manchurian Candidate. He was an American prisoner of war brainwashed by communists into being an unwitting assassin against his own country. Now comes the long-awaited sequel.
We haven't ever had to reckon with the possibility that somebody has ascended to the presidency of the United States to serve the interests of another country rather than our own.
He was a real estate mogul turned reality show host, but then a foreign power made him their sleeper agent.
It was a shocking display of surrender, unlike anything we've seen from an American president.
But what the enemy didn't know was that when he finally rose to the top, he'd do unspeakable things, like cutting taxes, lowering the unemployment rate, demanding NATO allies pay their fair share, growing the economy, and neutralizing nuclear threats. Nude man on a unicorn surfing on a breadstick teaching another unicorn how to surf on a breadstick Films presents Vladimir Putin, Chris Matthews, and Donald Trump as the worst Manchurian candidate ever. The Manchurian Candidate 2, the worst Manchurian candidate ever.
So obvious. It's so obvious. For Trump, a Russia deal is just a deal like buying a car, except it's peace and prosperity. Watch any good salesman and you'll see somebody ignoring all the negatives and zeroing in on the close. The past is the past until after the handshake, which is why Trump doesn't get all the outrage over this. He's like every husband who says the wrong thing and doesn't know why he's suddenly ducking a potted plant. It's true. After all, dialogue is a very important thing, and it's a very good thing.
Dialogue is a very important thing, and it's a very good thing. So if we get along with them, great. If we don't get along with them, then we won't get along with them.
Exactly. How easy is that to follow? He knows being polite to a thug is a small price to pay to neutralize a few nuclear threats. I'll give you a pat on the back in public, Vlad, if you give us Syria, Iran, North Korea, and fix your damn alphabet. I mean, what the hell is this? I don't know. In reality, Putin's just another mob boss you gotta grease to get that new casino off the ground. So in the press fantasy, anytime Trump is polite to anyone, that's proof of conspiracy. In reality, though, is having conversations with Putin or Kim the same as colluding? No wonder collusion's in the air. It's made out of nothing. No, you avoid conflict through conversation. Sorry, you can't just ignore Russia like it's Jim Acosta at a press conference. Yet so many progressives hate progress. Ironically, Trump may do more for the cause of peace than any left-limping president ever could, because he's dealing from a position of strength. What a surprise. A 73-year-old billionaire who dealt with thugs his whole life is succeeding where a grad student who writes bad poetry couldn't. How is that? He got the stick and the carrot in the right order. You build up the military, that's the stick. Then comes the carrot. Liberals do the opposite. They declare sticks a threat to the environment. Then they bury our enemies in carrots. But Trump dealing with Putin, in Trump's pocket is a big stick. And he's not just happy to see him. Let's welcome tonight's guests. If he ever becomes a porn star, he won't have to change his name. Former CIA officer and radio TV host, Buck Sexton. Buck Sexton. Practicing her name. I'm practicing her name. She's our business reporter from north of the border, the best Canadian import since Molson Beer, Fox Business Network reporter Christina Partsinevelis.
Yeah.
Partsinevelis. Partsinevelis. She's so bright the sun seeks shade from her. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. I can say her name. And just like the Vatican, he's famous for his mass. That's a great one. WWE superstar, massive sidekick, kick, Tyrus, Freudian slip. Buck, I love this week. I love this week. It was hilarious. Every day I was laughing.
It was the Super Bowl of snowflakeism. It was like nothing I've ever seen in my life. You've never seen so much pearl clutching. In fact, wherever you set the boundaries of what's too crazy for mainstream media publications to say, you're like, okay, look, press conference wasn't amazing. You know, this isn't the second coming of Metternich. Like, I can understand why some people might have some issues here.
Right.
But it's not as bad as Pearl Harbor. Bam! Headline. It's as bad as Pearl Harbor.
It's as bad.
Somebody even compared it to Kristallnacht.
I know.
And I'm like, is this just because you don't want to do the usual Hitlerian thing, so you decided to get specific? These people completely lost their minds. And now we're at the end of the week, and then we know people don't care about it because we got Avenatti back on TV. So this is the loop. This is the script.
It's true. Now it's back to porn stars and sex. The way I like it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Christina, you cover money and business, and you do it well at Fox Business. The economy seems immune to any of this stuff, and Americans seem immune.
It's true. It's true. We just hit the lowest unemployment rate that we've seen since 1969. I knew you'd appreciate that date. And then we're also, well, since you've talked about your third nipple already, drugs, and porn stars.
She did that.
I gotta. But more importantly, yes, it's doing well. We had a bunch of earnings that came out this week. Very, very strong. However, because I cover business news, my only color is green, we have to be concerned about the trade tariffs.
I agree.
And inflation coming up, too, and lack of wage growth. So there are some factors that can weigh heavily on the economy.
I'm worried. And if that stuff happens and goes south, he's going to be in a bit of trouble.
Definitely.
Yeah,
because he's taking credit for this big boom right now. And if it goes south, he's going to get hit by the media.
Kat, what do you say about the second summit? Aren't you excited? Putin's going to come here. Maybe he'll go to Mar-a-Lago. Maybe we could throw him a military parade.
I know that there's going to be a lot of outrage, even if it goes well. It doesn't really matter. Because we saw with this press conference this week, we saw Trump saying the exact same things as he's been saying since he was a candidate, saying he wanted to get along with Putin. You may like it, you may not like it, but it's not new. And yet everybody reacted as if it was some sort of crazy new thing. It wasn't some crazy new thing. It was exactly what he's been saying. It's almost as if people aren't actually paying attention to the news, and just when they see other people get mad, they get mad too, because they want to all be in a nice little mad club where they all just breathe on each other really heavily.
I agree. It's all about being mad. Tyrus, anything bothering you about this?
Yeah, I'm pissed. And I'll tell you why. It never should have happened.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with anything you think. He made him wait an hour?
Putin made him wait.
I would have left my girl in the house if she made me wait 15 minutes. This is the United States of America, Jack. We wait for no one. When he got there, it should have been a little intern named Roy going, I'm sorry you missed the president, Mr. Putin. Maybe next time. Like, that's the only thing I was mad about. We don't wait. We don't wait. You out your mind, but whatever. Okay, I'll let that pass. The press conference, to me, I always look at things through my life path. And I've been out in a restaurant with lots of friends, and maybe you're having some issues at home.
Yeah.
And the press is the angry girlfriend.
Yes.
Who decides to bring up something personal while you're trying to entertain friends.
Yeah.
And you have that awkward, why would you bring that up here? I'm with my friends. What the hell? And that's basically what happened with Donald Trump and the press. They started asking questions. You see him up there going, it's like you're going to bring up my bastard child right now in this church meeting. Like, this is the place we need to bring this up. Like, I'm sorry, Reverend. Just give me a second. Why you do this whenever we go out? This is why I don't take you nowhere.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That's what Trump was like. Trump is like, okay, look.
And it's love child.
Yeah, it's love child. No, but it's true. It's like he is saying, he's like, I'm trying to deal with this guy. We can talk about that stuff later. No, I want to talk about it now.
Exactly.
That was my reporter voice. It's pretty good. I'm sorry.
No.
I wasn't imitating you, Christina. Because there was no from the Canadian side.
I don't say that, and I don't say a boot either, and I don't drink Molson.
What do you drink?
Garbage.
What? It is garbage? There are spots
I shouldn't
here,
say that. Yeah, no.
I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for the next summit. I can't wait. I hope I get to go.